This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening from here in Pocatello as we welcome you to the Snake Pit. As tonight the Preston Indians head off on the road to wrap up this little three-game road stretch in which they've been on. And tonight they'll take on the Century Diamondbacks from here in Pocatello. The Lady Indians playing the game here tonight with their 13 wins on the year. That's the highest of all the teams in the Great Basin 10 Conference. And tonight's the first meeting of the year between the two teams, Preston and Century. Century make a return trip to Preston coming up on January the 28th. The Lady Indians have split the first two games of this three-game road swing, losing at Jerome and then winning at Wood River on Saturday afternoon. In that game, the Lady Indians able to post a 64-42 win over the Wood River Wolverines on Saturday afternoon. The full-court press very effective for the Indians in that game as they scored a large number of points on Wolverine turnovers. Haley Meek led the team in scoring in that game with a season-high 14 points. It was also the second game in a row in which she had led the team in scoring. The Lady Indians saw all members of the squad who got into the game scored at least 2 points with the exception of Kylie Larson as she was held scoreless in the game. The game also was important. It was the final game against teams in the West Pod for the Indians. So they finished the game going 4-1 in those 2-point games against teams in the West Pod. So they go up against the Century Diamondbacks tonight. Century's coming off a perfect 27-0 season a year ago and another state title, and they currently sit second in both the media and the coaches' polls. The Diamondbacks have won their last two games in a row and are one of three teams with 7 wins in the conference play so far this year, Preston and Twin Falls being the other two. And with 10 wins overall in the year, Century has already locked up their 8th straight winning season. The Lady Indians and Diamondbacks have met 35 times over going back to 2006, while the all-time series is close with the Diamondbacks holding a lead at the 20-15 overall in the all-time series. However, the Century has won the last 3 games, 7 of the last 10 and 15 of the last 18, going back over the last 8 years against the Preston Lady Indians. Last season, the teams met 3 times, with the Diamondbacks winning all 3 by an average of 13 points a game. The new coaches poll came out earlier this afternoon, and with the loss over the weekend, Preston slips from 3rd in the coaches poll down to 4th. The new media poll due out today has not been published as of yet. So it's Preston here at Century in the Snake Pit going up against the Diamondbacks. Coming up, we'll take a look at the keys to tonight's game. Also look at other games involving Great Basin 10 teams coming up in just a little bit. But first, when we come back after this timeout, we'll spend a few minutes talking to Coach Ryan Harris about the win on Saturday afternoon at Wood River and this game here against the Diamondbacks. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Spend a couple minutes chatting with Ryan Harris here before we tip this game off from Century, coming up here in just a few minutes. You know, we talked the other day, Saturday, up in at Wood River. I know you were really disappointed with all the turnovers from the night before, but at least you came away with a win.
Yeah, it was good to get that win on the back-to-back. You know, it's something we need to clean up coming into this game today. We had a much better practice yesterday than we had any of our practices pretty much last week. So it was good to see the girls rebound, from a kind of a poor performance Friday night with a good win, and then come to practice Monday ready to go to work and looking forward to this game.
Does Century pose your stiffest competition of the year?
At this point, yeah. I mean, North Summit and Soda were both really good teams. You know, Jerome was a good team. But Century, they have some size that we haven't seen or dealt with so far. You know, Soda had those nice quick guards. The ball girl inside's a pretty good player, but doesn't have the size of either Christensen or Lexi Bull. I mean, Lexi Bull's signed a Division I offer with University of Wyoming for a reason. She's a big physical basketball player. I believe she's a 4-year starter here. Century, the Christensen girl, at least has played for the last 3, maybe all 4. That I know of. So, I mean, and there's a reason that they've played that long. They're big, strong, physical girls inside. They're tough to move out of there, and they know how to use their size and strength.
You know, last year when I saw them, they threw really some different defenses at the Indians. I realize you weren't here, but they really had a knack of drawing those turnovers. Yeah,
they're long. Even after Christensen and Bull, they come in with number 5 that's, she's 5'11", 6 foot, and she's long. And their point guard, the number 1, she's probably their smallest player out there, and about Lex's size. But you jump up the next girl, the number 2 is about the same size as Mick and Haley. So, yeah, I mean, they're long all over the place. They've got long arms. They get their hands on a lot of balls, and yeah, they mix things up a little bit. So we just got to be ready for what they're going to throw at us, and we got to stay calm, take care of the basketball, make the easy pass. That's the things we talked about after the Jerome game. Is we did a lot of dumb things, dribbling into the corner on the full court press and trying to make that big long cross court pass against the press. Just some things that we, in middle year we can't be doing.
So what do you do to try to prepare the girls for the different things you're going to see here from Century tonight?
Well, we went at them, made yesterday a physical, hard-nosed practice to kind of prepare them for what they're going to see today. And so we really kind of let them get after a little bit more than we usually do, and watch game film. I mean, until you play the game, there's really nothing you can do to prepare for a team like this. But yeah, that's what we did. Just tried to make practice a lot more physical, a lot more intense, and we'll see how it works out. So
the one thing they like to do, you actually got a little bit of a peek out the other night at Jerome, and that's when they bring the ball across the midcourt stripe, they let one of the defenders lag back, and then they come up from behind and try to get on the ball.
Yeah, and that's something you just gotta deal with, So it's just preparing the girls, watching film, letting them see that's what's going on, and they need to be aware, a little bit more court aware of what's going on. Stop dribbling with their heads down. So
yep. It's turning the final corner here for home, headed down the home stretch in the season, and big game here tonight. So we wish you the best of luck.
Hey, thanks, Dan. Appreciate you being here, and yeah, it's a good one. We're going to go get them tonight. So
that's Ryan Harris here with us on the pregame show. Back with more right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
What is the grind? It's a 5-month marathon. It's working to be better every day. It's playing through the pain. It's falling and getting back up. The grind. It's what gets a team all the way to March and then says, we're not done. Every step of the grind lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday night, the Aggies will be at the Spectrum as Boise State comes to call. The pregame show starts at 7:30. They'll tip the game off at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-0810.
KACH. KACH.
And welcome back here inside the Snake Pit as we get ready for this evening's game as the Indians take on the Diamondbacks from Century High School. We'll look at some of the keys for tonight's game as we get ready for opening tip-off coming up in just a couple of minutes. You're entering the stretch run is key number 1. You're the final 5 games of the regular season, all against teams in your conference. Keep playing well, make strong finish, and get a good seed in the upcoming conference tournament is really the goal of these final 5 games. Get a control of the ball. Turnovers became an issue again over the weekend, especially in the game at Jerome, where they set a season high 26 turnovers in the loss. The season high average is now up to 18 turnovers a game. Preston has committed 20-plus turnovers a game in 8 times this year. So turnovers again becoming an issue. And be athletic. Century can get out and run the floor and shoot the ball very well. The Lady Indians need to be able to match their speed and take care of the ball well as they get ready for this game. Work for good shots both inside and out. Keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For life, home, and auto for Mutual of Enumclaw, stop by Naylor Insurance on State Street in Preston or call 208-852-0810. Take a timeout. Back with a little bit more of the pregame show right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1121.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
KACH. KACH, mylocalradio.com.
COACH. 5 letters synonymous with leadership and encouragement. A person who cares about your success in athletics, but even more about your success in life. Hear from the coach right here on the Coach Craig Smith Show.
The Coach Craig Smith Show, live from the new Chicago Pizza location in Logan. Monday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
A higher level of precision and accuracy? That's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial, or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
It's time for Preston High School Indians basketball. The Indians hit the court looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston basketball is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Rouse Construction, bringing custom homes to the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in the city of Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by mylocalradio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. As we welcome you back inside the Snake Pit here at Century High School, they're announcing the starting lineups out on the floor. Usual five for the Preston Indians. Haley Meek, who combined for 27 points over the last couple of games. Sage Meek playing her fourth game against Century here this evening. Alexis Harris, also starting tonight for the Indians, is tied for the team lead in assists with 32 overall for the year. Cassie Pugmire leads the team in three-pointers made this year. She'll start this evening. And Kylie Larson leads the team with 128 rebounds. She'll start tonight as well. Starting lineup for the Century Diamondbacks. Presley Merrill, the 5'7 junior, will start this evening, as does Ashton Adamson. She is a 5'10 junior. Abby Christensen, a 6'1 senior, getting a start tonight as well, as does Lexi Bull. She's headed off to play basketball at the University of Wyoming. She's a 6' senior, and also getting a start tonight out there on the floor is number 1, Cassidy Gardia. She is a 5'4 senior. So we're ready to play basketball here tonight from Century. Top two teams in the Great Basin 10 Conference. 2 of the 3 teams with 7 wins overall on the year in conference play as well, and something's got to give here tonight, as it is Kylie Larson to control the tap. She gets it backwards, and right away a traveling violation against the Indians and a turnover on their first possession of the evening. So the ball goes back over to Century, and Cassidy Gardia will bring the ball up the floor. As for those joining us here on KACH this evening, here in the first half, Preston will go from right to left across your radio dial. Gardia has it along the far side. She'll bring it back up to the top of the key for the Diamondbacks. Swing it over on the left side as she gives it to Merrill. Now back to Gardia. Back to Merrill again on the angle left. as her pass is deflected. Thought it was going to go out of bounds. They say nope, it was off the Century player, so the last person to touch it was Merrill. And each team has turned the ball over in their first possession here tonight, so the ball comes back over to the Indians. We're scoreless, about 35 seconds into the game. As Harris has it there for the Indians, being guarded tightly. She gives it off to Pugmire. Cassie, one bounce dribble, comes back over on the left side as it comes back to Harris again. Dribbles it back on the angle, now wants to drive down. She gets cut off there by Gardia as she gives it back to Sage Meek. Back out top to Pugmire. Looks at a three. Now she'll take it. The long three needs a bounce, won't get it. And the rebound is off inside to Lexi Bull. She gives it to Gardia. Quickly up the floor as it comes to Adamson over in the left corner. Back to Bull, top of the key. Wants to drive on Pugmire. Can't, so she'll pop it back out to Gardia again. Give it over on the angle left to Adamson. Back out top as it comes again to Christensen. Back to Bull. Lob it inside. Tried to get it to Adamson, and Preston intercepts the ball. Taken away by Larson. She gets it to Harris. Comes across midcourt. Up in the front court to Pugmire. Down the baseline. Stops a little 10-foot jumper. That's no good. Harris taps it outside. Back to Sage Meek, and they'll set up the offense. Minute and a half gone here in the first quarters. It comes back to Haley Meek. Free throw line extended left. Haley drives off the glass and puts it in. Haley had a couple of great games. She's led the team in scoring in each of the last two games and registers the first 2 points here tonight as the Indians get out to a 2-0 lead. Almost taken away by Haley. She gets it back as it comes to Christensen. She'll give it back to Gardia. Now back over on the left side. Comes back to Bull, top of the key. Look out as Haley Meek almost had that steal as well. Merrill will give it back to Christensen. To Bull. Now swing it all the way back over on the left side. Lexi Bull pops out to get it there. Back to Abby Christensen, lob it down inside. Presley Merrill had it, dropped it, back outside. As the three-pointer there put up by Christensen, no good. As Century gets the rebound inside, the shot by Merrill is put up, that's no good. And Haley Meek has the rebound for the Indians. Quickly up the sidelines, comes around the key, takes it all the way down into the right corner. Still now she wants to back in on Gardia. Can't, so she'll give it back out top to Harris. Swing it over on the left side as it comes to Sage Meek. Back outside, back to Pugmire. Now it goes back to Haley. Harris has it now in the right corner. Wants to drive. It gets cut off there by Merrill. Back down to Pugmire on the right block. Puts it up and in. Pugmire gets her first 2 points of the game. Preston leads 4-0 here in the early going. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. That shot's no good from the corner by Merrill. Here comes Sage Meek. 2-on-1 for the Indians. Off the glass. No good. Bull has the rebound there for the Century Diamondbacks as we go quickly end to end. Back up in the front court to Adamson in the right corner. Down on the block. Can't get a shot there. Back outside. Bull takes a shot. That's no good. It's tapped by Christensen, but she tapped it out of bounds, and the ball's going to come back over to the Indians. 4:39 to play here in quarter number one, and Preston on top by a score of 4-0. As Micaiah Robertson will come in for the first time, and Sage Meek will come to the bench as she comes back to the bench on a hero's welcome with her hustle that she's displayed here in the first 3.5 minutes of the game. Haley Meek has it for the Indians. Marginal pressure, gets it across the midcourt stripe. She gives it to Pugmire, top of the key. Nice pass down low to Larson. Bull blocks it from behind. Larson gets the rebound, goes back up. That's no good. And the rebound taken away by Christensen. Gives it to Gardia. Here comes the Diamondbacks quickly up into the front court. Adamson can't get a shot. Back outside as it comes to Christensen. She drives, lost the ball, could have been blocked. Comes back up to the top of the key to Gardia. She can't get a shot, so she gives it off to Merrill on the angle left. Christensen pops out to get it, swing it all the way over on the right side. Free throw line extended. It's Bull driving baseline on Pugmire. Goes up, no good. Much too strong as it's Kylie Larson comes away with the rebound for the Indians. As we go under 4 minutes to play here in quarter number one. The front court, Pugmire for a three is good. Cassie's got 5 here in the first quarter. And Preston leads 7-0 with 3:38 to play. Underneath, the layup is no good. In and out on the attempt by Adamson. And a held ball is going to stay with the Diamondbacks down here in the front court underneath their own basket. But Preston jumps off to a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. We've gone quickly end to end as the officials, that's the first time actually they've blown the whistle tonight with that ball that was held, as neither team has committed a foul in the first 4.5 minutes of the game. as there's the first one right there. I barely got it out of my mouth. And Haley Meek whistled for a foul on a reach-in, going for the desperation steal. As Brexley Ware will come in, and Haley Meek will go to the bench. Ware comes in, averaging 4.6 points per game on the year. They get it inside. They get it to Bull in the right corner. Lexi faces up on Pugmire. As Pugmire reaches in, takes it away. And another turnover against the Diamondbacks. Here comes the ball up into the front court. They get it to Ware. Ware gets it back inside, fumble away. However, it goes to Larson down on the left block, and she traveled. So Kylie trying to make a move, picked up one foot, then picked up the other, and was called for the traveling violation. 3:05 to play here in the first quarter, 7-0 Indians. As Sydney Marlowe comes to check in now for Preston as well. Here's Adamson outside. It comes to Kylie Gardia, the freshman just into the game. Underneath, nice pass. It's Lexi Bull for the layup. Finally, Century's on the board with 2:45 to play here in the first quarter, and it's Preston on top, 7-2. Harris up into the front court. Nice backdoor look, but the pass is too far in front of Michaela Robertson, and it goes out of bounds. Allison Horsley into the game, the sophomore for the first time here for Century. Also, as we mentioned, Sydney Marlowe, who had checked in, now comes into the game here as well. Horsley gives it up to Adamson, now gets it back. Back to Adamson, top of the key. Preston in a man-to-man defense as Bull pops out to get it. They switch, so Bull shoots from the left elbow, no good, but gets her own rebound and puts it back in. Bull's got the first 4 points of the night for Century, but Preston still leads by 3, 7-4, with 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Live from the Snake Pit here in Pocatello at Century High School. As that's off the hands of Brexley Ware and goes out of bounds. So another turnover against the Indians. Kylie Larson's going to come back in as Cassie Pugmire is going to go to the bench for a minute. 1:54 to play here in the first. That's not Lexi Bull, I should say. That's Ashton Adamson who goes off as Pugmire goes to the bench as well. Here's Gardia. Can't get a shot. Bull lines up a three. Needs a bank and hits it. Lexi Bull ties the game. She's got all 7 points here in the first quarter for Century, and we're tied at 7. Comes out top to Harris. Harris dribbles along the top of the key. Throws a shot up wildly from the left side. That's no good. It's an air ball and goes out of bounds. And the ball's going to come back over to Century again with 1:25 to play. So Preston jumped out 7-0. Century's gone on a 7-0 run. Have tied the game. 1:20 to play here in the first quarter. Merrill bounces it over on the far side as it goes to Horsley. Back out top, she gives it to Kylie Gardia. As along the baseline, she was shot there, put it by Merrill. That's blocked and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Diamondbacks underneath their own basket with 1:09 to play here in the first. Good block underneath there by Preston on the shot inside. Gardia will bring it in. Looks inside, can't get it there, swings it in the left corner, comes to Horsley. Horsley drives, has her shot blocked again by Ware, taken by Marlowe. Picked up by the Indians. They give it to Robertson up into the front court. Robertson, it goes down in the right corner. It goes to Harris. Had it stripped as she wanted to shoot. Taken away there by Kylie Gardia. Gardia up into the front court. We'll give it off to Christensen, top of the key. She holds it momentarily. Now she'll give it back to Cassidy Gardia. The two sisters, one's a senior, one's a freshman. As it goes back to Kylie Gardia. Back to Cassidy Gardia. Swing it inside. Merrill in the paint. Can't get a shot. Gives it off to Christensen. That's off the bottom of the backboard. And will stay with the Diamondbacks with 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter as Lexi Bull checks back in. Gardia to bring it in from underneath her own basket. Looking, now finally gets it into Presley Merrill. Back out top to Bull. Long three-pointer. That's no good. Rebound inside. Marlowe had it, dropped it, picked up again by the Diamondbacks. Comes back to Adamson with 21 seconds to play, and underneath a whistle, a foul. First foul of the game. Took almost 8 minutes to call, and it's going to go against Brexley Ware. That's her first foul of the night, and 2 shots coming up here for Presley Merrill. Merrill, who is a junior, played on the varsity team a year ago, and the first foul shot here is no good. In fact, in the game that was played here at the Snake Pit in the tournament a year ago, last January, had 10 points and 4 rebounds in the game against the Indians in that game. 7-7, 19 seconds to go. Here in the first, Merrill will shoot again. And the second one is good. And for the first time tonight, the Diamondbacks have a lead. Comes to Haley Meek in the backcourt, now gets it back. Haley gets it up into the front court, overran it for a minute, so she had to stop to regain possession of the ball. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Underneath, ball punched away. Comes to Robertson. Fall away jumper from 8 is no good. Bull has the rebound with 3 seconds to go in the quarter. 2-1. Lets it fly from midcourt, and it's no good, as that's the way the first quarter will come to an end tonight. So Preston jumped out in front 7-0 as Century came back on an 8-0 run, takes the lead 8-7 after the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1121.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees, credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
We'll go the second quarter. Preston down 8-7 as Century on a 8-0 run here, as Preston has the ball to start quarter number 2 here tonight. They bring it into Haley Meek in the backcourt. Haley gets it across the timeline. In the front court, it comes to Robertson. Back out top to Cassie Pugmire, just back into the game. Sage Meek back in there as well. Gives it off to Haley on the right side. Back out top to Sage. Bounce it into Pugmire out from the right elbow. Turnaround jumper is no good, and the rebound comes off to Adamson. Quickly up into the front court. Adamson has it punched away from behind by Haley Meek, but it goes out of bounds. Good hustle there by Haley Meek. It belongs to Century in the front court underneath their own basket. As underneath, there's Bull all alone for the layup. Lexi Bull with 9 points, and Century goes up by 3. 10-7. Preston up into the front court again. Haley Meek with it over on the right side. Now brings it back across the top of the key. Gives it off to Sage. Back to Haley. Give and go. No good. And rebound taken away there by Adamson. Quickly up into the front court. Here comes Century again on the run. Right corner 3. Put up there by Merrill. That's no good. And the rebound is off to the Indians, as it is Sage Meek who slows the ball down in the backcourt, gets it up in the front court. Pugmire casts up a 3. That's no good. Kind of a wild shot right away up the floor from Cassie. Rebound comes off to the Indians, controlled by Haley Meek. Haley driving, lays it back to Larson in the paint, trying to get a shot, can't, as she runs into Christensen, so they'll bring it back out and set up the offense. Haley Meek with it, gives it back to Sage, give and go, bounce back to Robertson, a little 4-footer in the paint, that's no good, and crashing into Ashton Adamson underneath was Kylie Larson and draws a foul. That's 3 fouls on the Indians here. None so far in the first half called against Century. 6:32 to play here in quarter number 2, as we're a minute and a half in to quarter number 2. As it comes to Bull, turns at the elbow. That's can't get a shot, so she'll give it back outside. Merrill has it now back out top to Gardia. Back to Christensen. Back inside to Bull. Kick it back out in the corner. Merrill for three. From there is an air ball. Tried to punch it three. Sage runs into Lexi Bull, and the ball's going to be tied up. And it's going to go back to Century on the held ball. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Ashley Adamson to bring it in for Century. As they get it into Merrill. Merrill drives down the right side of the key. She'll give it off to Bull. Lexi wants to drive inside. Watches one Preston Indian fly by. Gives it off to Christensen. Her shot was blocked. As it comes back to Haley Meek back up in the front court. Haley will pull the ball back. She'll slow it down a bit. As it comes to Sage on the left side. Back out top to Cassie Pugmire. Pugmire drives. Tries to split the defense. And finally a foul called against Century. As this is going to go against number 1, Cassie Gardia. That'll be her first, and the first against the team. It's a shooting foul, and it's going to send Cassie Pugmire to the line. Cassie, a 54% free throw shooter on the year, makes the first. Gives her 6 points in the game. For Preston, they shoot 60% on the year as a team. As with that make, they've now made 143 free throws on the year. Pugmire's second is no good. And the rebound taken down. And up into the front court, it's Ashton Adamson again. Gives it off to Bull, the left elbow. Bull to the drive. Had it stripped away by Meek, taken away by Meek as it comes to Robertson. Robertson 1-on-3 into the front court, knocked away from behind. It's going to stay with the Indians, as was Ashton Adamson to catch up with the ball and reach in and knock it away. 5:29 to play here in the first half, and Preston has not scored since about halfway through quarter number 1. 5:29 to play here in the second. Ball comes in deep in the front court to Pugmire. Pugmire looking for someone to give it to. Waits for the defender to go behind her. Now she watches Meek cross behind her again. As now she'll hand it to Haley. Haley wants to come around the screen by Robertson. As she gets in the right corner, she'll stop there, bounce it inside. Bad pass was off of the ankles of Larson. Taken away again by Century up in the front court. Bull tried to get it, taken away by Pugmire. Tried to clear it, goes to Adamson. Adamson has it, and that's a reach-in foul on the clearance pass, as that's going to be called against Robertson. That'll be her first, and that's 4 now against the Indians. Harris and Marlowe back into the game here now for Preston, as Pugmire and Robertson will come back to the bench. Still 10-8, so Century still on that 10-0 run. Give it inside to Bull. Little 4-footer off the glass. No, Lexi gets her own rebound. Tries to go back up. She does. Draws the foul and puts it in, as the foul's on Larson, as Kylie was standing there with her arms straight up, and the referees called a foul on her. That's going to be her second. And Bull will go to the free throw line, try to complete the three-point play. And which she does. That gives her a dozen here in the first half. And if timeout called by Century, that's a full timeout. We'll take one here as well. 4:56 to play here in quarter number 2. Century on top, 12-8. We'll be right back.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsize, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Other games going on tonight involving Great Basin 10 teams. Mountain Home is at Canyon Ridge. Minico is playing at Burley tonight. Wood River is at Jerome, and Twin Falls comes over here to take on the Pocatello Indians in downtown Pocatello. Ball belongs to the Indians. Baseline backcourt. They trail 12-8, 4:56 to go here in the first half. as Century on a 12-0 run after the Indians broke out early to an early 8-0 lead. As Haley Meek gets it up into the front court. Comes across the top of the key. Merrill on her. Gives it off to Marlowe at the right elbow, and Sydney travels. So another turnover against the Indians. Ball again goes back over to the Diamondbacks. As comes into Ashton Adamson up into the front court. She gives it off to Presley Merrill on the angle right, and her pass goes to nobody. I thought she thinks that Adamson was going to cut to the basket. Adamson went down to post up at the left block, and the pass went out of bounds as it was thrown basically to no one. So here comes Century now out with full court pressure here after the turnover, as Haley Meek with the ball in the backcourt. Dribbling against Merrill, gets it up into the front court. Now she'll give it off to Cassie Pugmire just back into the game. The top of the key. Pugmire looks to give it to Harris, can't get it there. Waiting for somebody to come to the ball, as finally it's Sage Meek. Gives it off to Haley. Haley, a little runner from the left side of the lane. That's no good. As good hustle by Pugmire to get the rebound. She'll pulls up for about a 12-foot jumper and hits it. Pugmire's got 8 here in the first half, and finally that breaks that 12-0 run for the Diamondbacks, as the reverse layup is underneath by Adamson off the bottom of the rim, and it comes down and hit Adamson in the shoulder and went out of bounds. So the ball comes back over to Preston again with 3:55 to play here in the first half. Harris looking for somebody to come and get it, and she finally gets it into Sage Meek. Again, full court pressure, man-to-man put on here by Century, as Sage lost it as she tried to throw the pass. Luckily, Harris able to get it back, still loose in the front court, as Pugmire has it in the left corner. A little ragged here now, a little bit for the Indians, as it comes to Haley Meek, and Haley is fouled. It'll be out of bounds over on the far side, as the foul here is going to go against Presley Merrill. That'll be her first, and just the second of the half called against Century. So Harris will bring it in mid-court, in the front court, I should say, as she gets it into Cassie Pugmire. Now gets it back from Harris. 3.5 to play here in the second quarter. Lexi Harris has it up top of the key. Yells out what play they'll run. Now she wants to drive. Go down the right side. Uses the glass. That's no good. Pugmire gets the rebound inside. Her putback is no good. And Lexi Bull comes down with the rebound. Indians hustle back on defense as Cassidy Gardia brings it up the floor. Over on the left side, it goes to Merrill. Takes a second to kind of wipe the sweat off of her face and then gives it off to Bull. Comes back over to Gardia, back down low. Shot by Merrill's off the bottom of the backboard as Haley Meek has it there for the Indians. Haley drives down, can't get a chance to get a shot. Outside back to Pugmire as it gets it down low to Marlowe. Her shot goes off the bottom of the rim. Taken away there by Century. Quickly back up in the front court. It's Gardia for 3 from the corner is good. Kylie Gardia, the freshman, drills the 3, and it's 15-10. Century opens up the lead up to 5. That's their biggest lead so far tonight. Back out top as it comes to Haley Meek. Meek crossover dribble on Merrill, goes all the way, uses the glass and puts it in. 4 points in the first half here for Haley Meek. As it's 15-12, Century still on top. 2:10 to play here in the first. Bull pops out to get the pass. Gives it over free throw line extended right as it comes to Presley Merrill. Merrill comes around the screen set by Bull. Now she'll give it back to Lexi. Back where it started a moment ago. Free throw line extended right. Holding. Now lobs it inside. Threw it over Merrill's head, but off the hands of Haley Meek and out of bounds. So it's going to stay with Century underneath their own basket. So it'll be Presley Merrill to bring it in with $1:50 to play here in the first half. Merrill holding. Now she gets it in as Lexi Bull pops out to receive the pass. Lexi down the middle, driving, and she's fouled on her way to the hoop. And now she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of shots. Foul's going to be on Sydney Marlowe. That'll be her first. Bull tried to split a couple of defenders and was fouled on her way up, as she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one rattles in, out, and goes back in. She has 13 here in the first half. Tonight's game brought to you by West Motors.
with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. They're all available right in the city of Preston. Here's the second one by Bull. That one's good as she makes them both and has 14 now on the night. 18-12, 6-point lead, the biggest of the game so far for the Diamondbacks. 1:38 to play here in the first half as Ware almost traveled right in front of the official as she faked the pass. Now she gives it to Pugmire. Back out top to Marlowe, swinging over on the right side, back to Harris as Lexi will bring it back to the top of the key. As she calls out the play, gives it back to Marlowe. In the corner it goes to Robertson. She drives, can't get a shot. Back to Pugmire. Her three needs a bounce, won't get it as it goes high in the air. And Ashlyn Horsley has the rebound, gives it off to Gardia up in the front court. Back to, as it ends up back in the hands of Bowles. Lexi drives and is going to be fouled again. That one's going to go against Michaela Robertson. That's going to be her second. And 7 fouls now against the Indians. As Lexi Bull is going to go back to the free throw line where she's made 3 out of 3. And that one falls in. She's now made 4 out of 4. That gives her a game-high 15 so far here in the first half. Remember to stay tuned for the Ralph Construction halftime report coming up here at the break as Bull finally missed one. As she's made 4 out of 5 so far here on the night. Less than a minute to play here in the first half. 7-point lead for Century, 19-12. As Harris gives it off to Pugmire, who lost it. Able to get it back in the right corner. Gets it back from Robertson, three-pointer, that's no good. Marlowe up high to get the rebound. Can't get a shot, she'll kick it back out to Ware. Back outside to Harris, 3 from the top of the key is good. Lexi Harris gets on the score sheet with a three-pointer. That makes it a 4-point game at 19-15. Back down on the left, on the right block, it comes back to Bull. Scoop shot is good. She's got 17 in the first half, and it's 21-15, the lead here for Century. 17 seconds to play. Pugmire looks at another 3. That one's going to be off to the right. Underneath, it's Ware with the rebound, and the putback is in. Brexley Ware gets on the score sheet. 6 seconds to play here in the quarter. 4-point lead for Century. Bull turns, wants to go down the middle. The shot blocked by Pugmire at the buzzer, and that's the way the first half will end. As Preston, trailing by as many as 6, cut the lead down to 4. And that's the way the first half ends. 21-17, Century on top. As we go to our halftime break, we'll take a timeout and come back with the Ralph's Construction halftime report. It's on the way next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
Big games lie ahead this week for the Westside Pirates. It all starts on Thursday night as the Pirates host the Soda Springs Cardinals at 7 o'clock. You can catch this game live with Richard Ward on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Then on Saturday night, Westside hits the road and heads to Bear Lake for a meeting with the Bears. You can catch this game on mylocalradio.com only. Westside Pirate Basketball with Richard Ward, all right here on KACH. The Halftime Report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Welcome to the Ralph's Construction Halftime Report as the dance team from Century on the floor. And before we go any farther, let's pause here momentarily for station identification. This is Preston Indians basketball.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Well, for the Indians, they got off to a great start tonight. They jumped out and scored the first 8 points of the first quarter, only to see the Century Diamondbacks come back and then go on a 12-0 run as Preston went about 7 minutes without scoring any points. As Century took a 8-7 lead into the second quarter and then outscored the Indians in the quarter and lead by 4 here at halftime. 21-17 is our halftime score, as neither side really was called a whole lot of fouls. In fact, we went almost 7.5 minutes before the first foul was actually called in the game here tonight. But Preston committed 7 in the first half, as Century committed only 2 in the entire first half. So it's 21-17, Century on top. We'll take a timeout, come back, look at the first scoring from the first half right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to PrestonDrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit PrestonDrug.com to...
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
KACH.
Welcome back here at halftime. Preston trails by a score of 21-17. 4 games during the regular season left after tonight, as the first one after tonight comes up on Thursday as the Lady Indians return home. The Burley Bobcats will be there. In fact, for the Lady Indians, only 1 road game left on the year, and that's a week from Friday. They'll be back here to take on the Pocatello Indians. Scoring in the first half looks like this. First for Preston, Haley Meeks had a total of 4 points in the first half. Sydney Marlowe played but did not score. Either did Michaela Robertson. Sage Meek did not score in the first half. Alexis Harris had 3. Brexley Ware had 2. Cassie Pugmire finished with 8, and Kylie Larson did not score in the first half. Preston in the first half tonight made 1 of only 2 free throws attempted. For the Diamondbacks, Cassidy Garcia did not score in the first half. Presley Merrill had just 1 point. Ashley Adamson did not score, either did Allison Horsley. Kylie Gardia made a 3-pointer, the freshman, so she finished the first half with 3. Lexi Bull was really their offense as she made 17 points in the first half. And for the Diamondbacks, they made 5 out of 7 3-point shots in the first half of the game here tonight. Second half coming up just around the corner as the teams make their way back out on the floor. We'll come back with second half action for you coming up just right after this. This is Preston Lady Indian basketball.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
The first Wild Women's Clinic at Beaver Mountain will be held on Wednesday, January 22nd. The cost is $55 and includes a light breakfast, lunch, and a 2-hour ski or snowboard lesson. Space is limited. You need to be registered by Monday, January 20th at our Logan office or at the Mountain Snow Sports School. Go to skithebeef.com for all the information.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at MyLocalRadio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Here we go, second half just underway. Preston has the ball inside Cassie Pugmire. About a 5-foot jumper is no good, and Lexi Bull has the rebound. Quickly coming back the other way. Century leading by 4. 3-pointer by Adamson. That's no good. Long rebound is touched by Haley Meek and goes out of bounds. So the ball stays with the Diamondbacks. 21-17 coming in here to the second half. As Merrill will bring it in, tries to get it inside to Adamson. Her inbound pass was tipped, taken away by Preston. Pugmire able to pick it out of midair, brings the ball in the dribble back up in the front court. Gives it to Haley Meek. Kicks it off to Sage for a 3 from the far side. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Off the top of the backboard, it's out. They're going to call a foul underneath instead. As I'm going to call it an out of bounds. It looked like it went over the backboard. Instead, it's a foul on Abby Christensen on the rebound. So the ball stays with Preston. Sage has it on the inbound pass in the right corner. Bounce it down low to Pugmire. Cassie trying to back in. Shoots over Christensen and puts it in. Pugmire's got 10. Preston's back to within 2. Up into the front court. Adamson down the baseline and foul here on Preston. That's going to be called on Sage Meek. That's just her first. One team foul against either side so far here in the second half. Ball comes into Merrill. Fakes the 3. Bounces it down low on the right block. Goes to ball. Blocked there by Larson. Taken out of the air by Larson. Gives it to Harris up into the front court. Kylie down low. Gives it back to Larson. Off the glass and in, and we're tied at 21. Good work by Lexi Harris. Able to find the open player underneath. Back up in the front court for the Diamondbacks as it comes there to Christensen. Outside the Bull. Right side goes to Merrill. Now Adamson pops out to get it. Back to Gardena. Swing it back to Christensen. Her three, that's no good. Bull inside has the rebound, put back and in. She has 19 of their 23 points, does Lexi Bull. 23-21. As Harris has it, she'll give it off to Larson on the angle right. Back to Harris. Lexi back across the top of the key. Coming up on 2 minutes into quarter number 3. As Harris drives, gives it off to Larson, 10-foot jumper, good. Kylie's got 4, and we're tied again at 23. Gardena to Bull, top of the key. She'll swing it to Adamson. Wants to drive left against Sage Meek, put it up and in. Sage looking for help on defense. Nobody was there to give it, and Adamson gets her first 2 points. Back to a 2-point lead again here for the Diamondbacks. Sage Meek bounce it inside to Larson. Great pass. Layup ties the game. Larson's got 6 points all here in the third quarter, and we're even again at 25. Out top it comes to Christensen. Swing it back to Lexi Bull. Free throw line extended right. Adamson has it out top. Give it to Gardena. Back to Christensen. Down low on the left block. Back to Bull. She missed it. Tapped away momentarily. Now it goes back over to Century. Preston just tried to tap the ball free. Now they get it loose. And here comes Pugmire on the ball that was knocked loose by Haley Meek as it comes to Christensen. Get it back outside to Pugmire. Wants to drive. Lost it there. It's picked up there by Gardena. Quickly up into the front court. 1-on-2. Now 1-on-3, so she'll wisely pull the ball back outside. Back down low to Merrill, lay it up and in. Wise play by Gardena to slow the ball down. Merrill worked herself free and got the layup. And it's 27-25. Sage Meek with it back up in the front court here for the Indians. Gives it to Pugmire, spins loose. Underneath, Larson, lay it up and in. We're tied. Big quarter for Kylie. We're tied for the 5th time here. 4 of the 5 here in this quarter. Adamson almost traveled, gets it back to Christensen. Now back to Adamson again, back in the 3-point area. Gives it back to Bull, 3-throw line extended right. Lexi puts the ball to the dribble. Little runner in the paint, that's no good. Rebound inside, taken away there by Merrill. Kick it back outside, Gardena for 3, good. Gardena makes her first points of the game as she hits the 3, and a timeout called here by, not sure. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back as the Diamondbacks lead by 3 after the 3-pointer by Cassidy Garcia. The importance of this game is there's 3 teams in the conference, all with 7 wins so far. Preston's 1, Century's 1, and Twin Falls is the other. But Preston has the most wins of any team so far in the conference as they're 13-3 coming into the game here tonight. Harris has it, drives baseline for the Indians, lays it off to Marlowe. Sidney drops it, taken away by the Diamondbacks. Gardena back up into the front court, gives it to Bull, top of the key. Goes to Adamson, free throw line extended right. She holds that ball up high over her head. Comes back to Gardena. Kylie Gardena, the freshman, just back into the game as well. As is Taylor Bull into the game for the first time tonight. As they try to force it inside, Adamson lost it. Bull picked it up, taken away by the Indians. Here they come 3-on-2. Haley all the way, and she's fouled, going to the bucket. The foul's going to be on Lexi Bull. That'll be her first of the night. So that's going to send Haley Meek to the free throw line. Haley will go there for the first time. and can get Preston back to within a point here with a couple of free throws, and the first one's no good. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market, True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. Stokes Market, True Value on State Street in Preston. Here's Meek with the second free throw. That one rattles in and out, stays out underneath. It's Larson with the rebound. She goes back up and she's fouled. So the first foul went on Lexi Bowl. The second goes on her younger sister, Taylor Bowl, the sophomore. And now Kylie Larson's going to go to the free throw line for the first time tonight to shoot 2. Kylie's first is good. Kylie's got 9 all here in the third quarter. 3:03 to play. Preston back to within 2 at 30-28. Kylie's got one more coming right here. Second one by Kylie. That one's no good, as Lexi Bull has the rebound underneath. Here she'll push the ball up into the front court herself. Century leads by a deuce. Gives it off to Gardia. To the other Gardia. Now back out top as it comes to Taylor Bull. Swing it back to Lexi Bull. Free throw line extended right. Looking to swing it across the court. Back to Taylor. Taylor can't get a shot, so she'll give it back to Gardia. Now back to Taylor Bull again on the give and go. Can't return the pass. Lexi Bull has it now again, top of the key. Comes to Kylie Gardia on the right side. Now back to Bull. Back to Cassidy Gardia as they give it back again. Presley Merrill with it. Free throw line extended left this time. Has a bad pass, threw it away. Larson steps in front of it and takes it away. Defenders are back, so Kylie will slow the ball up. She'll give it back to Robertson. 2:15 to play here in the third quarter. Preston trails by 2, 30-28. Robertson gives it down to Marlowe. Sid in the paint, can't get a shot. Gives it back to Larson. Her 8-foot jumper is good, and we're even again. 11 points in the quarter for Kylie Larson. Ties the game again at 30. Merrill down the middle, drops it off to Lexi Bull. No good. Larson has the rebound, pushing it up into the front court. Takes her down into the right corner. Now she'll give it up. Back to Robertson. Robertson goes back to Larson right in front of the Preston bench. Gives it back to Robertson again. She crosses over the top of the key. Comes back across the top. Gives it to Harris. 1:29 to play here in the first. Lexi comes back across the top of the key again as she tries to set up the offense. Gardina's there working on her as Harris looks down low. Nothing there. She gives it back to Larson. Larson inside goes to Marlowe down on the right block. Gives it back to Harris. Three-pointer by Kylie. By Lexi rather. That's no good. As the rebound comes back to Larson. Back outside to Harris. Swing it across to Robertson. Underneath, back down low to Pugmire to Ware rather. Now it ends up back outside again. Back to Robertson. Robertson can't get a shot. Now she's going to drive down the left side. She loses it. Taken away there by Merrill. She dribbled the ball off her foot. Long pass. Tried to get it to Lexi Bull. Was intercepted there by Marlowe. Sid saved it on the floor, but it rolled out of bounds. 44 seconds to play in the quarter. We're still even at 30. As Cassie Pugmire is going to make her way back into the game. As Kylie Larson's going to get a little rest here. Great third quarter by Carly with 11 points in the quarter. Back outside. Goes to Cassidy Gardia. Her three-pointer is good. Her second of the game. That accounts for all of her 6 points. 33-30. Century on top. Preston with the ball back up in the front court. Harris dribbles down in the left corner. Can't turn the corner, so she'll start to pull it back out. Now goes back down toward the corner. Kick it back outside to Pugmire with 20 seconds to play in the quarter. As Ware tries to break, fumbled it, picked up by Robertson. Two-pointer in, out, back in again. Michaela Robertson gets Preston back within a point with 9 seconds to play in the quarter. Gardia back up in the front court. She'll give it off there to Bull. Down low, inside to Merrill. Put it up, she's fouled. Basket counts. Foul's going to be on Sydney Marlowe. It'll be her second of the night. Merrill with the basket has 5 points, extends the lead out to 3 with a 0.3 of a second left here in the quarter. So Presley Merrill, who's 1 out of 2 from the line so far tonight, will go back to the line. And it's no good. And she gets her own rebound and stumbles before she can shoot again. So Preston outscores Century by a point in the quarter, but they still trail by 3 as we go to the fourth. Fourth quarter is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. It's on the way next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH.
Well, here we go. We'll start the fourth quarter. Preston trailing by 3. And the ball belongs to the Diamondbacks to start the quarter. Down the middle, Adamson, pull-up jumper from 10, no good. Rebounded inside, is pulled down there by Christensen. Down on the left block, and she's tied up there by Marlowe. And the ball will come back over to the Indians on the alternating possession rule. Good job by Sid to get in there and get a little dirty and tie up Abby Christensen and get the ball back. Inbound pass under full court pressure comes into Haley Meek. Gets it up into the front court. Good pressure there by Merrill. Comes around the screen set by Marlowe. Inside to Marlowe. Bounce it back outside to Pugmire. Looks at the 3, doesn't take it. Gives it off to Robertson. Robertson swings it back over here on the near side. Back to Meek. Haley drives baseline. Lay it off to Marlowe. Sid puts it up and in. She gets on the board for the first time and gets Preston back to within a point, 35-34. Into the front court, Merrill. Looks inside. Can't get it to Bull. Kick it back outside again to Christensen. Looks down the right side. She'll hand it off to Gardia. Gardia tries to penetrate. She'll pull it back out. Lexi Bull comes out to meet the ball. Lexi drives down and play will put it in. She got a shot from the left block. She's got 21 on the night and opens the lead back out to 3 again. 37-34. Preston trail. 6:44 to play in the game in regulation. Robertson drives down the middle, stops at the free throw line, gives it to Sage Meek. Back out top. She give it to Pugmire at the free throw line, dribbles against Bull, shoots over Bull and banks it in. That's a heck of a shot. Shoot it over the big senior headed to the University of Wyoming to play basketball next year. Back down to Bull on the block, and it's a foul. It's going to be baseline. It's a holding foul against who? It's going to go against Sydney Marlowe. That'll be her third. Third team foul at the half against the Indians. Team fouls are now even at 3 as Marlowe comes off. 6:15 to play. Preston trailing by a point, 37-36. Bounce it inside. Try to get it to Bull. Intercepted there momentarily. Kicks it back to Gardia, however. Gardia able to hold the ball. Back to Adamson outside for Century. Comes around the screen. Pulls up. 15-foot jumper's good. Adamson has 4, back to a 3-point advantage again, 39-36, as we go under the 6-minute mark to play in regulation. Meek up into the front court, comes around the screen set there by Larson, dribbling against Merrill. Another screen there by Pugmire, back to Cassie, back top of the key. Looks at a 3 from distance, needs a bounce, won't get it, as it comes down to Adamson in the backcourt. She'll get it back across the timeline. Century up by 3 here. Adamson gives it off to Gardia, free throw line extended left. Tries to penetrate, can't against Sage Meek, so she'll pull it back out. Christensen comes to the top of the key to meet the ball, hands it to Adamson, who almost lost it. Now wants to drive, goes around Larson, lay it up, missed the layup inside. Rebounds off to Pugmire, out to Harris. Here comes Harris down the middle, lay it off to Meek. Her jumper in and out. Larson has the rebound inside. Her putback is no good. As the rebound inside taken down by Christensen. Big opportunity for the Indians, lost. Up into the front court. Shot there by Merrill, goes in and comes out. Pugmire has the rebound, quickly out to Haley Meek. Here comes Haley, head of the pack, get it out to Harris. Can't get a shot, so she'll bring it back out to Pugmire again. Pugmire give it back to Haley. When a timeout called by the Indians with 4:45 to play. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll squeeze one in here as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH. KACH.
Tonight's game is also brought to you by Island Bowl Grill inside Poppins Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here within the city of Preston and ask about their catering options as well. Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin Pins Bowling Center on the highway in Preston. 39-36 here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home tonight. 4:45 to play. Dan Hubbard with you here. John Beverly back in studio. Haley Whitehead on camera tonight, as it will be Haley Meek to get it in here for the Indians. She brings it into Sage Meek. Sage will pull the ball back out again, back out to the top of the key. Over on the left side, it goes back to Haley. Drives baseline, pulls up, tough shot is good. Wow, she let that go from behind the glass and got it in. Preston's back to within a point again. Down low, Christensen has it on the block, back outside, Bowl for three. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Gardena has the rebound. What's really a dead rim. That should have been a longer rebound than that. As it comes out to Gardena. Back outside to Adamson. She wants to drive. Pulls up, lays it off to Christensen. Inside, gives it back to Bowl again. Lexi can't get a shot, so she'll give it back to Gardena with 4:08 to play here in regulation. As it's back to Christensen. Back down, Bowl, lay it up and in. Lexi's got 23 tonight. And it's back out to a three-point game again, 41-38. Harris drives with it for the Indians. Gets cut off, so she'll give it back out to Haley Meek as she'll pull it back out top. Haley looking at the bench to get instructions. Now goes down the left side. Almost traveled. She did travel. Call comes from the official over on the far side of the floor, and a timeout here taken by Century this time. 3:41 to play, 41-38. Century leads. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
KACH.
3:41 to play here in the fourth. Preston trailing by 3. Thinking you want to make plans to make sure you're at the game when Century comes back to play in Preston. They'll be there on Tuesday night, January the 28th. So 2 weeks from today. Ball belongs to the Diamondbacks up into the front court. Gardena to Merrill. Comes around up. She goes the opposite way of the screen by Bowl. Now gives it back to Bowl, standing outside in the three-point area. Comes back to Christensen. She wants to drive. She goes past the elbow. Gives it back to Gardena. Another three. That is no good. She missed her first three-pointer of the night. Rebound to Bowl. Off the glass and in. Almost came back out. That opens it back up to a 5-point lead again as Harris has the ball up in the front court. She comes around the screen set by Pugmire. Back to Haley Meek. Watches Sage, cuts through. Now wants to come down the right side. Dribbling against Merrill. Bumps into Merrill. Now she'll bring the ball back out to Larson. Kylie with 11 points here, all in the second half so far tonight here for Preston. Back outside it comes to Sage Meek again. Sage holds. 2:45 to play. 43-38. Preston trailing by 5. 2-pointer by Haley Meek from the right. Left elbow is no good. Rebound taken away by Bowl. As she'll give it off to Gardia back up in the front court. Coming to meet the pass there is Adamson driving down the middle. Scoop shot fouled. Foul will be on Pugmire. That's just the first of the night for Cassie. That's going to send Ashton Adamson to the free throw line to shoot her first free throws of the night. Adamson's first shot is no good. Tonight's game, the fourth quarter of tonight's game, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. In your time of need, you need professionals with true compassion. That's what you'll find at Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. So here's the second free throw here for Adamson. She makes that and opens the lead up to 6, 44-38. Preston trailing, 2:20 to play in regulation. As it comes to Meek. Looks down the left side. Robertson pops out to meet the ball. She'll give it back out top to Larson. Larson will give it back to Robertson now, back up at the timeline as they decide to set up the offense. Robertson. Harris was started the other way. We go under 2 minutes now to play. As she's cut off there by Gardia is Harris. Comes back to Larson. Larson back out top. Almost threw that away because Cassie Pugmire took it away from Haley Meek. Back to Pugmire. She stops for a three. Good! Gets her back to within a 3. She's got 15 and a timeout called by the Indians. 44-41. So Preston gets back to within 3 with 1:42 to play. We'll keep it here and kind of give you a little bit of a reset. With 1:42 to play, Preston's committed 4 team fouls here in the half to 3 committed by the Diamondbacks. Nobody really in any kind of foul trouble thus far. Sid Marlowe has 3 tonight for the Indians. That's really about it. And nobody for Century has more than 1. So ball belongs to Century after the made bucket by the Indians. Full court pressure put on here by Preston. As Merrill will bring it in. Comes to Gardia in the backcourt. As quickly up into the front. Gardia almost carried that ball over. She goes back to Merrill. Merrill comes around the screen. Looks inside. Nothing there. Trying to look for Bowl. Bowl's got 25 in the game as he now pops out into the three-point country. Gives it back to Gardia. Gardia can't drive on Harris, so she'll pack it back out again. 1:18 to play in regulation. Swing it back over in the corner. There's Adamson driving, scoop shot, good from along the baseline. Adamson's got 7, and they go back up by 5 again with 1:05 to play. Robertson up into the front court here for the Indians. Robertson across the top of the key. Gives it back to Pugmire at the top of the key. She'll fake the handoff to try to give it to Meek. Now puts the ball on the floor. Dribbling against Lexi Bull. Wants to drive down the sideline. Can't. She gets cut off. Pass underneath to Robertson. Off the glass and in. Michaela makes the point. Gets it back to within 3. 41 seconds to play. Gardia up into the front court. Swing it off. Merrill looks at the 3. Doesn't take it. And now a foul charged against Haley Meek with 35 seconds left. Ball's just going to go out of bounds as that's just the 4th team foul. Actually, I take it back. It wasn't Meek they called it on. They called it on Larson. That's her 3rd. 35 seconds left. 3-point lead for the Diamondbacks. Looks inside as a timeout called by Century before they get the ball in bounds. It'll be a full timeout. Let's sneak one in here as well. 46-43. Century up 3 with 35 seconds left. Back with the remainder of the game for you right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
KACH.
46-33. 35 seconds left to go here in the quarter. As Preston just needs to get a stop on defense and then come down and get a good shot. Whether it's a 2 or a 3, still with 35 seconds left, depending on how much time is left on the clock when they get it back. This depends on what they need to do with the ball. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Naylor Insurance. For life, home, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by Naylor Insurance on State Street in Preston or call 208-852-0810. That's 208-852-0810. Diamondbacks will bring the ball in, baseline front court. Merrill gives it off to Bull. Bull has it, free throw line, extended left. Back to Merrill. Tried to slip it away from her and a foul on Meek. That's 30 seconds left. Haley Meek draws her second. Now they can send her to the center of the free throw line with 16 fouls. As the ball comes into Merrill and reach-in foul there against Pugmire. That'll be her third. And Merrill will go to the line to shoot 1-1. 28 seconds left. As Ryan Harris comes right down in front of me and yelled down to the court to remind his team that they have to get the rebound. Larson underneath will box out Adamson, and the first shot is good. Merrill makes the free throw. She has 6 in the game. It's a 4-point game now, so it's a 2-possession game with 28 seconds left. Merrill's second is no good. Bull gets the rebound and is fouled going back up. So Lexi Bull is fouled by Pugmire. That's 4. I have her 4. Nope, the official score says 5. So Pugmire is going to foul out of the game. And Lexi Bull, with the team with Century up by 4, she cannot ice the game. It's going to stay a 2-possession game no matter what she does here at the free throw line. If she makes them both, best she can do is put her team up 6, but it stays a 2-possession game. 1-1, I think the official said here. So again, you have to get the rebound inside. Here's the first one by Bull. Good. She's made 5 out of 6 from the free throw line tonight and has 26 in the game. 48-43. Second. That one is good again. So you got to hurry. You need a pair of threes, or you should trail by 6. As Meek travels, yes, she did. She tried to split the defenders and then lost the ball momentarily and traveled, trying to get it back. So now you're in a whole lot of trouble. You got to get the ball back and in a hurry. As the pass is deflected, Harris able to get the ball in the front court. Timeout called by the Indians. 20 seconds to play. Full timeout called by Preston. Here's the problem. Your best free three-point shooter is Cassie Pugmire, who had made 1 tonight. She has 22 on the year, but she's on the bench. She's fouled out. So who else do you try to look to try to set up a three-pointer for? Well, Sage Meek has made a total of 17. She's second high on the team. And then you look over to Michaela Robertson. She's made 12 on the year. Those are your next 2 highest players with three-pointers converted on the year. You need a pair of three-point shots here and be able to stop Century without them scoring to try to get even. 20.2 seconds left here in regulation. Best Preston can do right now is try to force overtime. Ball will belong to the Indians in the front court after taking the ball away with the full court pressure after the inbound pass. Century comes back out with Bull, Adamson, Christensen, Gardena, and Merrill. Preston comes out with Harris, Marlowe, Robertson, Haley Meek, and Larson. Sage Meek, who has the second most three-pointers made on the team, is on the bench. Comes into Robertson, fakes the three, doesn't take it. Turns to a two-pointer, she's not fouled, they're not going to call it. And that's going to be an air ball and out of bounds. 14.4 seconds left. Again, full court pressure here from the Indians as Merrill will try to bring it in again. Merrill bounce the ball down low inside to get it into Bull. Lexi under the dribble up into the front court. And a foul on the reach in. That's going to go on Larson. That'll be her fourth. And it's going to send Lexi Bull back to the free throw line. 9.8 seconds left. Lexi Bull with 27 in the game will shoot 1 and 1. Her first shot is nothing but net. She has made 7 out of 8 from the free throw line tonight and now has 28 to put her team up 3 possessions. It's 50-43. Second one also is good. So this game now in the books here for Century as Robertson up into the front court, pulls up 15-foot jumper, needs a bounce, won't get it. Underneath Marlowe, put it back up and in, as that's the way the game will end as Marlowe picks up her third and fourth points of the night. But this one goes in the books, a 51-45 victory for the Century Diamondbacks on the night. As the Indians come up just a little bit short. They lose by 6 here against a very good Century team, as Lexi Bull show really is what it was tonight for the Century Diamondbacks. So 51-45, Century wins it. We'll come back with our post-game wrap-up. We'll do that as we continue here from Century High School as the Diamondbacks come up with a win here tonight.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric, and by MyLocalRadio.com. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
The first Wild Women's Clinic at Beaver Mountain will be held on Wednesday, January 22nd. The cost is $55 and includes a light breakfast, lunch, and a 2-hour ski or snowboard lesson. Space is limited. You need to be registered by Monday, January 20th at our Logan office or at the Mountain Snow Sports School. Go to skithebeef.com for all the information.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Welcome back here to Century High School tonight as the Preston Indians and the Century Diamondbacks put on a heck of a show. When you start talking about show, it was the Lexi Bull show as she led everyone in scoring and really dominated the scoreboard as she put up 29 points here tonight and led the Diamondbacks to a 6-point win, 51-45 over the Preston Indians. Game went back and forth in the second half. 6 lead changes and 6 ties in the game, but only to see the Diamondbacks, once they were able to take the lead, never really gave it up again. Preston was able to tie the game on those 6 different occasions, but never got the lead again after halfway through the first quarter, after the Diamondbacks went on that 12-0 run and Preston went almost 7 minutes without scoring from midway through the first quarter to midway through the second quarter, about 7 minutes without getting on the scoreboard, and that really became the difference in the game. That and free throw shooting, as the Diamondbacks outshot the Indians from the free throw line tonight. They attempted 14 free throws, and Preston only attempted 5 free throws in the game here tonight. So those 9, you kind of start counting those points, those really became the difference in the game. Century wins at 51-45. We'll come back, look at the score sheet right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, welcome back here again here to Century. Let's look at the score sheet as the Diamondbacks knock off the Indians tonight. For Century, they win their 8th game in conference on the year, and they're 11th overall. They're now 11-3. Preston goes to 13-4 overall, 7-2 in conference play. First for Century, scoring-wise, Cassidy Gardia had 6 points on a pair of 3-pointers in the game. Presley Merrill finished the game with 6. It was Ashton Adamson with 7 in the game. Kylie Gardia, the freshman, had made 1 3-pointer in the game and finished the game with 3 points. Abby Christensen, the big senior, did not score in the game, but Lexi Bull made up for that as she finished the game with 29 points and was 8 out of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Taylor Bowl played but did not score. Overall, from the free throw line, Century was 11 of 14 from the charity stripe. For the Indians, Haley Meek finished with 6. Sydney Marlowe had 4. Michaela Robertson had 11. Sage Meek played but did not score. Lexi Harris had 3 as she made 1 3-point basket in the game. Brexley Ware had 2. Cassie Pugmire led the Indians in scoring with 15, and Kylie Larson had 11. All of those coming in the third quarter tonight to really help Preston get back into the game, as she had a big second half. Preston, as we mentioned, only shot 5 free throws in the game, and they made 2 out of 5. Once again, the final here tonight, 51-45. Century wins it. We'll come back and wrap it up right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
What is The Grind? It's a 5-month marathon. It's working to be better every day. It's playing through the pain. It's falling and getting back up. The Grind. It's what gets a team all the way to March and then says, we're not done. Every step of the grind lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday night, the Aggies will be at the Spectrum as Boise State comes to call. The pregame show starts at 7:30. They'll tip the game off at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
Well, the next game coming up for the Preston Lady Indians will be Thursday night, as they'll be back at Preston Gym. That'll be another important conference game, as the Burley Bobcats will come to the gym. Pre-game show for that game will get underway at 7:45. The tip-off is at 7:30. You can hear that game on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH, and that game will be tape delayed following on the radio following the West Side game that night, but you can hear the game live on mylocalradio.com. That'll wrap up our show here for tonight, as the executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Special thanks to our studio coordinator John Beverly and Maddie Whitehead on camera tonight as well. Remind you of the final score, as Century wins it by the score of 51-46. Until next time, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for watching and listening as we say goodnight from here at Century High School.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.